Good evening. So in this video we will continue our chapter with the next topic, waterways of chapter lifeline of national economy. So like waterways, any navigable body of water. Broad distinctions are useful to avoid ambiguity and will be of varying importance like depending on the or of equivalent word in other languages. A first distinction is necessary between maritime shipping routes and waterways used by inland watercraft. So maritime shipping like routes across the ocean and seas and some lakes where the navigability is assumed and no engineering is required. So except to provide the draft to for deep sea shipping to approach seaport or to provide a shortcut across an isthmus. So this is in function of ship canal. Degraded channel in the sea are not usually described as waterways. There is an exception in this initial distinction initially for legal purposes. See under international waters. So where seaports are located inland, they are approached through a waterway that could be termed inland, but in practice in generally referred to as maritime waterway. The term inland waterway refers to the navigable rivers which and canals designed to be used in inland waterways craft only, implicitly of much smaller dimensions than sea-going ships. So, in order for a waterways to be navigable, it must meet several criteria. First, it must be deep enough to accommodate vessels loading to design draft. Second is it must be wide through enough to allow passes of vessels with the design with or beam. Third is it must be free of obstacles to navigation such as waterfall and rapids or offer a way around them. Then it current must be mild enough to allow vessels to make headway streams like without vessels to make headway upstream without undue difficulty. Last is the wave height must not exceed the value for which the class of vessel is designed. So vessel using waterways vary from small animal wrong barges and immense ocean tankers and ocean liners such as the cruise ships. Then if we type classification of inland waterways, then the European Conference of Ministers of Transport established in 1953 a classification of waterways that was later expanded to take into account for the development of push towing. So there are some waterways that have been declared as the national waterways by the government. The first is like the Ganga river between Allahabad and Haldia, that is 160 kilometer, national highway number 1. Then national waterway number 1. Second is the Brahmaputra river between Shadia and Dubri, 891 kilometer, national waterway number 2. The West Coast Canal in Kerala, Kottapuram Koman and Udyog Mandal and Champakara canals, 205 kilometer, that is national waterway number 3. And the other viable inland waterways include the Godavari, Krishna, Barak, Sundarban, Buckingham Canal, Brahmani, East-West Canal and Damodar Valley Corporation Canal. Europe is a continent with a great variety of waterway characteristics which make this classification valuable to appreciate the different classes of waterways. There is also a remarkable variety of waterway characteristics in many countries of Asia, but there has been not been any equivalent international drive from for uniformity. This classification is provided by the UN Economic Commission for Europe, Inland Transport Committee Working Party on Inland Water Transport, and a low resolution version of that map is shown here. That is a different thing. So uh, there are some facts also which is about this. So India has one 14,500 kilometer potential of inland waterways. Water is a state subject, while the development and regulation of shipping and navigation come under the jurisdiction of the union government. So like USA 21%, China, Japan, and South Korea use more than 40% internal transport through the inland water. National Waterway Project poses a serious environmental threat to Gangetic River dolphins. So, according to the Inland Waterway Authority of India, the development of national waterway would require rupees 25,000 crore till 2022 and 2023.